Welcome to Doubt Forum. This question says a stone is dropped from a height h. It hits the ground with a certain momentum p. If the same stone is dropped from a height 100% more than the previous height, it means the height has been doubled. The momentum when it hits the ground will change by. So the change in momentum we are asked to find. Earlier the height was h, and secondly the height is being increased by 100%. 100% का मतलब हुआ कि height when the earlier the height was h, so now the height has become 2h because it is being increased by 100%. So the height in the second case is doubled as it was in the previous one. Suppose this is a stone. This stone is at a height h from the ground, and let m be the mass of this stone. So due to this height h, this stone will definitely have some potential energy, and the potential energy of this stone when it is at a height h will be mg into h. When this stone is at a height h, so it is at rest. So when the stone is not moving, so its kinetic energy, which is given by half mv square, here v is 0, so its kinetic energy will be 0. As this stone starts moving towards the ground, its height starts decreasing, and at the same time, because the height is decreasing, so overall potential energy of this stone will be decreasing. So the amount of potential energy decreasing will start converting into the kinetic energy. So due to this kinetic energy, this stone starts to gain some velocity. So whatever the potential energy this stone will be having, it will start converting into the kinetic energy. So before hitting the ground, suppose its velocity is v. So just before hitting the ground, all the potential energy would have been converted into the kinetic energy. So mgh just before hitting the ground has been converted into the kinetic energy. From here mass and mass get cancelled. So v square will be 2 times g into h, or v, the velocity just before hitting the ground, will be 2 times of g into h. This is the velocity by which this stone will hit the ground. So this velocity is just before hitting the ground. Now the momentum at which this stone hits the ground is p, and we all know that the formula for momentum p is mass time velocity. So suppose in this case everything we will denote by 1. Mass will be constant, so we will write it at m, and v1 in place of velocity we will write v1. So this will be the momentum when its height is h, or we can replace the value of v or v1. So this will become m into 2gh. This is the momentum by which this stone will hit the ground. Now in the second case, what is happening? The height is being increased by 100%. So when height is increased by 100%, so mass of the stone will remain m, only the height of the stone is being made to 2h. Okay, so in this case, when this height is 2h, so at a height 2h, the stone will be having the potential energy of mg into 2h. This potential energy will be converting into the kinetic energy, and just before hitting the ground, suppose the velocity by which this stone hits the ground is v2. So all the potential energy of this stone will be converting into the kinetic energy. So just before hitting the ground, so the kinetic energy which the stone has gained will be half m v2 square. This kinetic energy is nothing but the conversion of potential energy, that is 2 times of mg into h. So from here v square, m and m gets cancelled, v square will be 4 times of g into h, or this is v2. So v2 will be under root of 4 times g into h. So in the second case, momentum will be p2, and momentum is nothing but mass time velocity. So this is v2, or m times under root of 4g into h. This is the momentum when the height is 2h. Now question says the change in momentum, the percentage change in momentum. So the percentage change in momentum will be change in momentum, that is P2 minus P1 with respect to P1 into 100. This is the percentage change in momentum. So the value of P2 is m root 4gh. We can write it as root 2 into 2gh. This 4 is nothing but root 2 into root 2. So in place of root 2, 1 root 2 we have taken out, minus P1 is m under root of 2gh divided by the P1. P1 is m root 2gh, or m will get cancelled. So this will become, m gets cancelled, and from here root 2gh will be in common. So this will become root 2 minus 1 upon root 2 gh. This gets cancelled into 100 also, because the percentage is been asked. So we also have to multiply this by 100. So this will be 1.414, which is nothing but the value of under root of 2 minus 1 into 100, or this will become 0.414 into 100, or 41.4%. So the momentum will be changed by 41.4, or it will increased by 41.4, because the value of P2, which we have calculated, is more than the value of P1. Okay, so let's quickly revise it again. Earlier there was a stone which was at a height h. So this stone with mass m, due to its height h, will be having a potential energy of mgh. As this stone starts falling towards the ground, the potential energy of this stone will start converting into the kinetic energy. So just before hitting the ground, all the potential energy would have been changed into the kinetic energy. So mgh is equal to half mv square. So from here the velocity v1 is root 2 gh. Now the momentum is given as p. The formula for momentum is mass time velocity, which is, so from here we have put the value of v1. So we get the value of momentum by which the stone hits the ground. Now in second case, height, which was h, is been increased to 100%, that is the height has become 2h. So the potential energy at a height 2h would be 2 times mgh, and this whole potential energy will start converting into the kinetic energy. So just before hitting the ground, all the potential energy would have been changed into the kinetic energy. So half mv2 square is equal to 2 mgh. From here the value of v2 is being calculated. So the momentum when the height is changed to when the height is increased by 100% will be mass time v2, or from here the value of v2 यहाँ से रखेंगे. So we will get, this is the value of momentum p2. Now the question says the percentage change in the momentum. So percentage change is P2 minus P1 upon P1 into 100. From here, by putting the value of P2 minus P1 upon P1, we will, with a little bit of calculation, we will get 41.1%. Okay, so that's all. See you in the next video.